global spotlight is on India and United States, where PM Modi's pivotal visit is all set to begin. Well, Prime Minister Modi's upcoming visit to the United States promises to be a pivotal moment in international diplomacy as he embarks on his first trip in his third term. He will hold a bilateral meeting with President Joe Biden, participate in the Quad Forum and address a special event at the UNGA, focusing on global issues including the war in Europe, after he recently visited both Russia and Ukraine. Now, during this trip, PM Modi will join other leaders for the Quad Summit hosted by the United States President Joe Biden. Now, the summit will also include Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and will be held in Wilmington, Delaware. Additionally, PM Modi will attend the UN's Summit of the Future in New York. He's expected to address an Indian community event and participate in discussions with global leaders.
The 21st will be the Quad Summit, the bilateral meetings on the sidelines of the Quad Summit. There will be a technology roundtable, with a number of tech CEOs where opportunity to discuss the tech investment landscape and the opportunities that are available here will be on the table.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is coming on a landmark 3-day visit to the United States of America, and there are various important aspects of this particular visit. Number one, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to Delaware, the hometown of US President Joe Biden, where he will be attending the Quad Leader Summit, and there will be an important meeting between Narendra Modi and Joe Biden on the sidelines. On September 22nd, the Prime Minister will be here in New York, where he is holding a big diaspora event for the Indian American community. 25,000 people have already registered for that particular event, and there is considerable excitement amongst the diaspora members here in New York for this particular address of the Prime Minister to the Indian American community. On September 23rd, the Prime Minister will be attending the UNGA Summit of the Future, where he would be giving an important speech as well as holding discussions with other bilateral leaders in various important aspects of diplomacy as well as cooperation. The big message, however, from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, will it be that Mr. Modi is coming here as a messenger of world peace? Mr. Modi has been both to Russia and Ukraine and proposed a way in which both nations should come to the talking table and let there be a ceasefire. Will Mr. Modi's message transcend to the global stage now? Will his formula for peace between Russia and Ukraine and a ceasefire between Israel and Palestine be adopted at the global level? All eyes on the Prime Minister's visit, as he would be hosting a number of meetings with other world leaders bilaterally and also attending a big US CEO roundtable in order to get more investment into India in the field of supercomputing, in the field of artificial intelligence. We here in CNN News 18 in New York will track every aspect of the Prime Minister's visit. So we are at the famous Times Square of New York, joined by a group of Indians who are here enjoying the sights of New York, but also have a view on the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's upcoming visit to the United States of America. He'll be holding a big community event not far from here in Long Island. So when the Prime Minister, he's been Prime Minister for almost 10 years, now he's won again for a third term. What do Indians feel about the Prime Minister? When you come here, what do you learn from other fellow Indians about him?
We Indians feel proud because he is looking after the welfare of the poor people, and he is very positive man. We admire him, we love him. We are also here for attending the United Nations meeting on 21st. Varghese is a scientist from Chennai. So we are glad. We are glad that our Prime Minister is coming one of the most prestigious country in the world, that is United States, and we are very glad to receive him.
A big votary of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in India is also the woman voter. So ma'am, as women voters and as women who see the government working, are you satisfied with how Narendra Modi is running India?
She would have to speak because I live here in the U.S.
Okay, but what do you think in the U.S.? What is the impression amongst Indian Americans about Mr. Modi in the U.S.?
I'm pretty sure it's pretty good because, you know, he has brought India to the forefront, and there's a lot of trade and business, everything going on, right? So India has progressed a lot. So I think he's done a great job.
So Mr. Modi coming here to the US, he's coming for a 3-day visit. What do Indian Americans think of him? What do young people like you think of Mr. Modi?
Yeah, we do think that there are a lot of changes in India in terms of growth and in terms of like poverty, and in terms of like a lot of stuff like development. And hereby, what we feel is that we want someone who is a youth leader and who has a young experience, and also in we want to see a leader who is a young generation so that they can inspire the youth. And because as per the mind of youth, because youth is like something which is the part of future of India. And hereby we see that we want someone who is like coming up from like the young ages. And I see that there are a lot of good changes in India which is happening right now because of the Modi government. And hereby we also want like more changes, because in terms of like women safety and women this thing, we need like the police officer, and we need like the people to be like in place where they help like all the women in terms of safety. And I'm really happy that Modi is going to come to like US, and hereby we have like set of points which we would like just keep in front of him.
Indo-US relations also over the years we have seen under Mr. Modi have really developed. Do you think as the Prime Minister in his third term, this is also something on his agenda, that India-US relations should be good?
I think that always is, because the business relation with US is always on a top list for any Prime Minister of India, and they're looking to develop more relations with the US and the business here.
And also young people in India, you know, there is this feeling that what do young people in India, young entrepreneurs maybe like you, think about Mr. Modi?
No, we think very highly of him because he's opening so many doors, and a few years ago there were not so many doors open for Indian people, particularly Indian students, and moreover people who want to do business outside of the country. But now people are inviting us to do business in different countries, and it's very good now.
Well, with diplomacy, dialogue and cooperation at its core, as Modi embarks on his significant diplomatic endeavour, CNN News 18 will continue to track all the latest, as the world will be watching for the outcomes that will shape the future of India-US relation and global peace, with all this happening on the ground.